Hello and welcomes back everyone. Wolf here with even more Star Wars The Old Republic, playing as Hask, my Sith warrior. And where we last left off, we were doing an interlude part between Chapter 12 and Chapter 13 of the Knights of the Fallen Empire expansion, where we looked into trying to deal with the various star fortresses located around some of the worlds of the known galaxy. Now, just to let you know, between the last part and here and now, I've been a bit productive. We do have a few bits of mail, and if we look at our companions and contacts list, the alerts bar is much emptier. That's because I've actually went and cleared all 6 of the star fortresses, popped into the war room and completed their quest lines. So it took me about maybe an hour to do the 5 shield bunkers, maybe a bit less. I'm guessing about an hour. And then it took me about 3 hours. Yeah, I would say about 3 hours to clear out the other 5 star fortresses. So I got a few achievements. In fact, I don't think I've logged off the game, so if I just scroll up here, I sold a few things, got a few rewards. So we got a. Once I didn't complete all the. I completed all the quests at once, so I spoke to everyone in the war room in the headquarters, so everyone became a follower. Well, we scroll up here, yeah. We became the Liberator of Voss, that's the last one I dealt with. Destroyed each of the star fortresses orbiting an occupied world. One thing I forgot to do was probably grab the weekly quest for that. Otherwise, I probably could have got some extra rewards. I think it's a weekly thing you can do. So, yeah, we have, I think, most of these were the followers we've just gained. This is the Jedi, who wants to leave the Civil War now. The noble houses to sort themselves out. Yeah, the Alliance has now given Alderaan the time it needs to heal without outside interference. Oh. We have this individual who wanted to release prisoners and have them join the Alliance. We've agreed to give the prisoners a second chance. But if they step out of line, we'll definitely be putting them back into prison. We have this individual who I believe was on Hoth, yes. I think he was a historian. Yeah. Though he was pretty decent with a blaster pistol as well. We have this Sith Acolyte who managed to escape the Eternal Empire's assault on Korriban. She was hiding in Nar Shaddaa, and she hadn't quite. Obviously, she wasn't Sith. She was still going through her trials when the attack occurred. But she's willing to join the Alliance with her fellow survivors and work for us. Obviously, she had been supported by the Hood Cartel while on Nar Shaddaa. And then we have this Salonian, who was on Tatooine. Just thanking us for our aid once again. And, yes, we made a Gormak friend on Voss. For some reason, the Gormak were being developed weird while the Zakuul Star Fortress was orbiting them. I think when we looked at the Star Fortress on Voss, there were geneticists messing with the DNA of various creatures. which also may make sense. May also mean that they were experimenting on the Gormak. And then I'm guessing, yeah, the Star Fortresses are neutralized. Somehow you manage to always get results. So, got some more locked supply crates, thank you very much. Excellent. It's not something I've ever bothered doing with any of my characters, but I was feeling somewhat productive today. It's actually quite late in the evening, but screw it. Thought we do one more part of this series. A nice supply of locked supply crates. We had to spend quite a few to get the followers to raid the shielded bunkers. But we got more back from completing the quest line, so it all kind of balanced itself out. It cost us some up front, but we made them back later on. Oh, wait a minute. I was wondering why it was so quiet. I actually forgot. Apologies, you've heard me talking so loudly. I apologize for that. I forgot that I had lowered the volume. I had lowered the volume while I was working on the Star Fortresses. I was actually watching some movies in the background. God damn it. Oh well, I'm glad I found it out before we actually went to start chapter 13. Otherwise that would have been awkward. Right, let's get ourselves underway. Profit and Plunder.
Still no word from Major Jorgen or Kaleo?
Everything within a kilometer of the spire has been locked down. No signal gets in or out of that zone.
I warned you that Gemini frequency mission was dangerous. If they're alive, it won't be for much longer.
We can't be certain of anything. If they're safe, they'll contact us. If not, Archon will make a public spectacle of them.
Can't say I'd feel too bad about losing Kaleo, but Jorgen's a good man.
Regardless, any rescue attempt on our part would be suicide. Their fates are in their hands.
I'll alert you the moment I hear anything, but until then, we're just wasting time here.
We could all use a break to regroup. That includes you, Theron.
I'm too tired to argue. Oh, almost forgot. Hylo Viz asked to see you, Commander. Wouldn't say why, but it sounded important.
Let's go see what she has to say then. Oh. She wants to have a word in the hangar.
We can't do everything on our own. We need more people or better equipment.
Hey, Commander, got a sec?
What's on your mind?
We're doing our best to keep the supply lines running, but most of the people I deal with aren't exactly philanthropists. We can't keep running this thing on goodwill and borrowed credits.
You're saying we need a steady income.
Or a really big slush fund. But look, I didn't just come here with complaints. I know a guy with a habit of showing up when someone's in need. He's reached out with an offer we can't really refuse, much as I might want to. You should meet him.
So he's what, a loan shark?
No, just a liar. And a cheat. And a thief. The only thing to trust about him is that he can do what he promises. Hear him out. Come on.
Well,
Well, this has been an interesting diversion, but I think it's time to wrap things up. I call.
Come on, Lana. Now? I fold.
So soon? Must be quite a hand. Let's see it.
But how? You discarded every chance you got and never locked a card the whole round. The odds are astronomical. You cheated.
Yeah, even if I did. You sure the old boss of Sith intelligence wants to admit some shifty alien got the better of her?
Wasted no time turning the card table into a graveyard.
It's my preferred method of execution.
Commander, the most untrustworthy scoundrel I know. Untrustworthy scoundrel, the Commander.
She never was big on formalities. Galt Renault, at your service.
How is it you two know each other exactly?
Oh, we go way back.
I don't know. Seems like only yesterday that we first met.
Anyway, we really should get on to business. The Eternal Empire spent the last 5 years pillaging every world in the known galaxy. Now, how'd you like to turn all that plundering into a profit for you and yours?
I'm listening.
I happen to know where they're keeping all that ill-gotten gain. Better yet, I've got a surefire plan to steal it right out from under their noses. I just need the help of a few talented, tough customers to see it through.
And my alliance is the perfect place for recruitment.
I've already picked out the ones we'll need. Ever heard of the Gilded Star? I'll stop you there. You haven't. It's one of the Eternal Empire's most tightly guarded secrets. A floating treasury circling the depths of a massive gas giant. The ship and the buried treasure all wrapped up into one neat little package. Well, maybe not little. By my estimation, it's the greatest sum of wealth gathered in one place since the Hutt Empire was a thing. So, you in?
I don't think I need any more reasons to say yes.
I hoped you'd feel that way. When you're ready to get this show on the road, we'll be heading to Vanden to lay some groundwork. Looking forward to this, partner.
He's persuasive, I'll say that for sure. Why are we here on Vanden? Hospitable place.
There she is, Vanden. Mind the ledges when you're walking around unless you fancy a death by scenic view.
You haven't mentioned why we're here.
Giant barge, full of money. Is this ringing any bells? It's out there somewhere, swimming below sight and scan range. Something about the magnetism here plays havoc with sensors and cheap fillings. Bottom line is, we'll never find the Gilded Star out there, which is all the more reason to get our preparations underway. Such as picking up the last member of our illustrious crew.
How many people are we going to need?
Half a dozen, give or take. This is the last one unaccounted for. You should be in a warehouse not far from the dockyards. I'll point out the place when I see it.
Okay, we have Galt in our party. So, Vanden. What do we know about this world? Do we have a codex entry on it? We do not. One will probably turn up, though.
Hey, do you know why they're cutting everybody's hours down this week?
Keep it down. It's a security thing. Happens every few weeks. They I don't like people asking, so don't ask.
Nobody said anything when I signed on. Blast it! Knew I should have taken that Ilum job. Minos Mestra wouldn't jerk their crews around like this.
This is the place. Ah, that container over there. So, this plan I mentioned, it's going to take the best identity forger this side of the galaxy to pull off. Problem is, he's been in hiding, specifically in that, for a long time. He probably won't be too thrilled to have visitors, especially not visitors who had his safe house shipped a few thousand parsecs unannounced. Be on your toes.
So you kidnapped him?
It's more of a change of address.
That's a yes.
Dretcher, is it? They always say retirement's a good time to travel. Why don't you come and check out the new scenery?
Tiresias, you've got a lot of nerve showing your ugly mug to me again.
Tiresias?
Just a name I carried around for a while, no use to anybody now. I think you've got me confused for someone else, friend. Name's Galt Renault. Got a business proposition I think you'll want to hear about.
You can't play dumb with me, Ty. I know that face better than you do.
Galt tells me you're the best identity forger in the business. We could use you.
I've had enough of helping that fraud fake his own death. This time, it's gonna stick. A little gift for your hospitality. You can mail order just about anything these days.
Oh, lovely.
Ours, I'm good. Still can't roll with the punches. You perfectionist types never learn. There's no such thing as a sure thing.
Why are we trying to recruit someone who wants to kill you?
He's the one with the grudge. After I made that body double, he went and swindled half of Nar Shaddaa in my name.
Because Dretcher is literally the only one I trust to pull this off.
It's taken everything I know to stay hidden in this little prison. Every time I start to think I can leave, someone snitches on my new identities.
That true?
So maybe I encourage Dretcher's early retirement. This little box is cozier than a coffin and a better place to reflect on how stupid trying to blackmail me was. But hey, ancient history, am I right? I'm more than willing to forget about our past disagreements if you do one more job for me.
I gotta ever help you again.
I can't imagine you want things to continue as they are. You can get your life back, with interest.
More credits than I've made in my entire career, Dredge. You know that's nothing to scoff at.
Fine. I'll do the stupid job.
Sit tight, Dredge, and get reacquainted with the concept of hygiene. We've got one more stop to make before we get to the fun part.
Okay, now what?
Wow, they let just about anyone buy fuel at this place.
When all those scumbags buy fuel, they're paying for our salaries. You get that, right?
I never called them scumbags.
Not out loud.
Punctual, gentlemen. Glad you could make it all this way. No trouble acquiring my little request, I take?
It's here. You got our money?
Of course, friend, but I'd be remiss if I didn't ask to see the goods first.
Oh my.
Satisfied?
That's a fine piece of hardware.
That should do.
You got our money?
About that. I was really thinking we should renegotiate the price. You know, seeing as I don't need the whole missile. Yeah, I thought you might feel that way.
Launch sequence initiated. Target acquired. Total atomic dispersal in T-1 minute.
You son of a... Make it stop!
Nah.
Are you insane?
Not while I'm negotiating.
T-minus 55 seconds. Warhead primed. Suffering index set to maximum.
You're gonna pay for this!
Suckers.
Abort sequence aborted. No stopping me now.
Ah, what did she do to this thing? Come on, it's not responding.
Are there any circuits you could cut?
Oh, sure, dozens. Got any ideas which ones?
Tampering detected. Emergency detonation in 5 seconds. Nice try, jerks.
Now, I cannot tell if she did a terrible job rewiring this or too good a one.
3. Oh, so close. 2. I can't wait. 1. Kaboom! You should have seen...
Vet?
I didn't... But I thought you were... You're alive!
Maybe not the best place for a tearful reunion. Did you get the warhead, or were you too busy practicing your lines?
Yes, I got it, Grumpy Pants. Those lizard brains will be noticing that nothing's exploded. Why don't you go deal with that? Or just, you know, go.
You want private time? I want to never know what happens in your private time. Win-win. Meet you back at the hideout.
You're good to go.
And Vet's back with us.
Lead the way.
Now is not the time to talk, it seems.
Kunamo, uban Johnny Alipa, Eastin Koto, Atacha Kappa Tonka, Jisa Bicha.
Oh dear. Looking for Gult Renault and one other companion in possession of a contraband explosive device. So a bonus to deal with the Brecken gang. Like I said, these are the Nikto we bought the explosive device off. Okay, with the security spikes we got from the droids, we can lift the lockdown here.
This always does the trick.
Dogi Gumpa, Gigi no Liamake Chisa.
I missed some of the gang. Ah, oh well.
If you're still wondering why you're here, it isn't to check out the Tabana gas bars. There's a stealth cruiser loaded with more precious metals than a Hutt's taste in art hiding down in the lower atmosphere, and it's about to come up for air.
And while the Gilded Star is roosting at the Skyhook for its annual resupply, we're going to rob it blind.
How do you even know about that?
A little bird told us. I speak stool pigeon.
Even if you do know where it's going to be, it's got a full military complement on board, and a vault that could survive the ship being reduced to atoms.
Most people would consider it impregnable, but we aren't most people, are we, Senya?
You do seem to know a lot about our target.
Yes, well, I should. Overseeing the Gilded Star was among my duties when I still served Valkorion.
Then you are privy to its operational protocols.
I doubt they're still the same.
You don't have to run the thing. Just get Scorpio to the ship's control center.
There's no way we could infiltrate that far into the ship undetected.
Oh, maybe, maybe not, but I'm pretty sure High Justice Valen can go wherever she pleases.
You're going to have Senya pose as Valen.
We've got the best identity doctor this side of the galaxy, and as close to a genetic match as we're gonna get.
I could never match Valen's gene sequence like that. Although, maybe simulating data corruption in her ID.
And create enough doubt to bluff her way through. Dear old mom can manage that, right? Once Valen and her attaché droid are on board, they head to the bridge, seize control of the ship, and allow the rest of us to do our parts.
Like cracking the vault. It isn't controlled by the network, so I've got to get into the guts of the ship to reach the mechanism. I'll need your help.
Meanwhile, Lana and Koth will bridge airlocks with a tanker transport I've secured for the goods.
How are we going to carry an entire treasury's worth of loot out of the vault before anyone catches on?
Oh, we won't be carrying anything out of the vault. That's another story. Remember how Senya mentioned the vault could withstand everything outside being vaporized? The same applies to what we're setting off inside.
The warhead.
Exactly. I'll be pulling up the rear with a disintegration bomb. Once it's done its job, we pump the atmosphere into the waiting tanker and make our escape.
What's the exit strategy?
Once that sucker explodes, the crew's going to notice. Everybody's just going to have to hightail it to the transport before they catch on.
Now, since we've got less than a day before the Gilded Star rolls into port, I'd suggest everybody get real familiar with their part.
Don't tell, but I kinda glossed over our job. It took everything I had not to skip the meeting and just that. If you've got something to say, I'd make it quick, or you're going to get interrupted.
It can wait.
Still hard to believe you're really here. It's been, what, 5 years since we went after your old boss? Did you get conked on the head real good? Amnesia, maybe?
Locked in a block of carbonite with nothing but my dreams to pass the time.
That's, pretty bad. But better than dead, right? Did you dream about me in there?
I saw you. I saw everyone. The Eternal Empire spared none.
I know Sith probably measure on a different scale, but I'd call that more of a nightmare. It's just a nightmare, though. I'm still here. The rest too, far as I know. So don't sweat it. Not that there weren't rough patches. If you thought the Sith were treacherous before, you should have seen it after you and Marr disappeared. I didn't have much reason to stick around once you were gone. So I left them to their infighting before the Eternal Empire rolled in. I hope you don't mind.
You found safety. That's what's most important.
There were some bumps along the way, but throwing in with Captain Shifty was one of my better moves. Don't tell him I said so. I should start warming up for this gig. Gotta keep limber, you know.
Not sure what I have to say about that, and is somewhat having a small smile on my face. Glad it's all kinda worked out despite the absence.
I picked out a discreet vantage point near the skyhook. Better get in position. This is close enough. And there's the Gilded Star, just like I promised.
I was expecting shinier.
Gold-plated and stealth ship don't exactly line up. Now we just have to hope Mommy Dearest remembers her daughter's birthday.
I can kill you from here, Gold.
Great, really getting into the spirit of your character, at least from what I hear.
Shut up.
We are approaching the checkpoint. No further communications are warranted until the bridge is under our control.
Roger. Break a leg, ladies. It's in their hands now. All we've got to do is wait.
Once they open the way for us, all we have to do is get this bomb inside the vault.
Assuming everything goes according to plan. But hey, if something has to go horribly wrong, now's the best time. For us, anyway.
Worst case scenario, what happens?
There's a dock full of transports and haulers right that way. Not a coincidence, I assure you.
I am now in complete control of the Gilded Star's network. I will isolate the vessel's sentinels to the best of the system's ability.
Showtime.
Okay. Time to get to the skyhook. Get on board the Gilded Star.
All personnel, prepare for testing of emergency lockdown systems and maintain your current stations.
God damn it.
This always does the trick.
Your route to the vault is open. Though I can assure no reinforcements will arrive, you will have to dispatch enemy personnel along the way.
Here's the Gilded Star.
Oh, here. Help me with this panel. Okay, I ought to be able to reach the vault mechanism along this route. Keep clearing a path for Galt, and I'll see you soon.
I really, really hope they check for Minox.
Are you sure those schematics were scaled in meters? I can hardly move.
My last partner didn't complain nearly this much.
Your last partner was crushed to death.
And never once complained about it.
If you kill my wife, you do realize that I'm gonna make things miserable for the rest of your existence, don't you?
Right neck kisser.
Heavy.
What's heavy? Are you in the vault?
Oh no, it's nothing. Nothing. Almost there.
Ooh, this is promising.
Okay, Vet, I'm here.
Just give me a sec.
Time's a factor.
Hey, you want to cut through a foot of cortosis and steel while hanging upside down in a half-meter crawl space? There. Jerk. Try it.
The moment of truth.
I've been rich, filthy rich, but nothing like this. Counting the zeros on a balance sheet can't even compare. There's just something magical about the real thing.
I couldn't begin to put a number to all this.
At a certain point, you just stop counting. It won't look nearly as impressive in a second, but it'll spend all the same. Do the honors?
For the Alliance and freedom.
Payload's delivered. It's time for the pay dirt.
We're in position. Extending umbilical. Seal is tight. All green.
Airlock disengaged. Awaiting order for depressurization.
Door is open.
Commencing depressurization.
Tank is filling. So far, so good.
It will take approximately 10 minutes, 17 seconds to siphon a space of that volume.
Plenty of time to make our exit.
Hi.
Great. Let's blow this joint.
Did you bring that with you?
This little thing? Nah. I passed the armory and it was just laying around, so I figured nobody'd miss it.
It is unlikely the detonation went unnoticed. After we vacate the bridge, I will no longer be able to maintain a complete lockdown.
See? Perfectly justified acquisition. Come on. I want to try this thing out.
Just scramble the systems as best you can and leg it to the tanker. We'll see you there.
Time to go. Oh, we have Gold as a companion now.
We're at capacity. Scorpio and Senya are on board. What's the situation?
We're keeping them busy on our end, but I don't think we're any closer to reaching you. Scorpio, do you still have any access to the blast doors?
Only through direct input.
Great. Just bug out before anyone notices you buzzing around. We'll take the skyhook back down and meet you at the hideout. Play it cool. My guardian angel will handle anybody taking an unhealthy interest.
Wide stance.
Right neck kisser.
Whoa! Amazing.
Oh, okay, that's bad. We've got to get around this way.
Why have I never tried one of these before?
Probably because it weighs just as much as you do, if not more.
Blast, we're getting boxed in. Come on, I think there's one more route we can try. Oh, boy.
The lift's not coming, is it?
Oh, no, it's coming. It's just not empty.
Valen. I can sense her presence.
Time for Plan B.
What's Plan B?
Run and hope for a Plan C.
I was expecting something a bit more concrete.
There's being prepared and being psychic. For lack of a crystal ball, we'll have to improvise. Even if you win and don't turn the skyhook into crumbled wreckage, we'll still be surrounded by thousands of her flunkies. We have to go around.
There is no around.
There is out there.
You want us to scale the exterior?
Pretty much. Look, there's no time to stand here arguing, so I recommend lodging your complaints at a steady jog.
It's not so bad. Just don't look down. Or consider your own mortality. Goodbye, Spewy. I'll never forget you.
Hey, maybe in the expansion we'll actually be able to give Vet an assault cannon. She could be reunited. Hi.
I'm good.
Oh, bloody hell.
Here's where it gets interesting. Hey, so just thinking of you, wanted to trouble? No, everything's going great. Just taking a little detour on the way home.
Good.
Shh. The noise? Just a little windy is all. What plan am I on? I don't, Plan C. We're on Plan C, all right? Yeah, sounds lovely. Gotta go. See you soon. Good news is we can reach the skyhook from here.
And the bad?
If you've got a fear of heights, there will be plenty of time to get over it on the way down.
Delightful.
That's gonna leave a mark. That's pain. Definitely pain.
Okay, so remember Plan C?
You never actually got to Plan C, Galt.
Turns out Plan C is jump.
Mother was here, again. She had the audacity to wear my face.
And her punishment?
Escaped. She knows I won't be bested the next time we meet.
Empty threats all you've brought for me.
I interrupted their little raid on the treasury. They couldn't have accomplished much in the time they were here. Mother!
Arkan's like, yep, I'm out of here. She can choke me through a communications hollow.
Perfect timing.
I'm not the one who has a problem showing up when I'm supposed to.
Jeez, how long are you planning to hold that over me?
The rest of your life, naturally. Thanks for keeping my worst half out of too much trouble.
It helped that you tempered my expectations accordingly.
Singing my praises again?
The lower octaves.
Anyway, I think we've all had our fill of Vanden, and it's gonna get a lot less hospitable shortly, so shall we?
Let's get our haul back to Odessen.
There's nothing like coming home from a job well done, especially when you've ruined a huge jerk's day in the process.
Couldn't agree more. Come to think of it, our plan was lacking in one department.
An actual escape route?
It was the scenic route, can't argue with the view. No, the one thing missing was a way to see the look on Arkan's face when he got the news.
That's a pretty big oversight, Galt. It's coming out of your cut.
Let's not get carried away. We're talking a fringe benefit at best. Now, how about we get on with my favorite part and divvy up the loot?
Already taken care of. You, Vet, and Dretch are already paid out. I took the liberty of skimming what you owe me off yours.
Well, take all the fun out of it, why don't you?
Your idea of fun is why your divvying privileges are still revoked.
Just what did you do exactly?
Ran out on me with the biggest score of our careers.
And I regretted it ever since. Well, after the shine wore off. A little older, a little wiser, you know? Okay, maybe a lot older. It was a formative moment. The point is we're on to bigger and better things, like melting a mint down into an ocean of liquid happiness. Now, however you want to spend your cut is none of my business, but if you want to, say, triple it, I might have a little something in the works.
This money isn't ours. I don't mind taking it from Arkan, but I want nothing to do with it.
It does feel wrong to keep it.
Our goal was to fund the Alliance, not personal gain.
Who says it can't be both? You just need a little ambition.
Or, you know, you could try giving. Maybe just once. See what you've been missing. My share is going towards buying back some of the artifacts stolen from my people. Freeing slaves. Giving Twi'leks a better place in the galaxy.
Honestly, we've got way more than we need for operations. It'd be good to have a plan for the excess.
Start putting together a plan to expand. Every credit we have needs to go towards overthrowing Arkan.
I'll give you a rundown of the books as soon as we've got real numbers to work with.
Make sure the ends justify the means.
We're in no position to be proud. Necessity will ask us to consider much worse before this is all done.
Wasted opportunity, chum, but I won't fault you for playing it safe under the circumstances.
It appears our business is concluded.
Oh, I don't know. I figure you'll be seeing me around. You've got a handy little outfit here. Besides, I wouldn't want Hilo to get lonely.
As if.
Right now, I think we've earned a long night of not thinking about tomorrow. This stuff sells for more than most freighters. Grab some glasses and get to know what success tastes like.
Commander, Major Jorgen and Kaleo just landed. They're in the docking bay.
So much for celebrating. Go ahead, we'll be right behind.
Then he demanded to look through my private locker. Like we're on an Imperial base or something.
Well, looks like Kaleo and Jorgen managed
Admiral
to
Aiko's doing the best
escape.
he can, but with our limited resources, things are tough.
Let's see what happened at the Spire, shall we?
Well, it's certainly no...
Ah, shit. Slavis Scrod got killed.
Total mission failure! We'll never get another shot at the target because of you. This is what happens when a criminal gets in the way of real soldiers.
You're welcome. Next time I'll let the enemy kill you.
We had them in a corner until you started tossing thermal detonators. I lost 4 good people because of your lack of discipline.
If they were so good, why are they dead?
I don't care what happened on Zakuul. I'm just happy you two made it back in one piece.
A lot of people weren't so lucky. That's on her.
It wasn't a complete loss. I grabbed something on the way out.
My fire team covered you.
Yeah. Point is, we lifted the data core from a security console right outside that hyperwave relay station. It's not the key to the Gemini frequency, but it does contain a massive file archive all about those droids.
I'll put Scorpio to work sifting through the information. See if there's anything to salvage from this fiasco.
Whatever's in those files has to make up for the lives that were lost getting them.
Nobody regrets those losses more than me, Commander. The casualties were unacceptable.
It could have gone much worse, but we can't let this happen again. Commander, I recommend these operatives be confined to base for the time being.
What? Forget that!
No, he's right. We didn't function like a team and other people paid with their lives.
No one needs to be punished. I was supposed to lead the mission. If I had, maybe none of this would have happened.
That's an excellent point. I'm just saying we skip the moping and get back to winning the war.
Remember why we fight. And don't forget this failure. Dismissed.
Meanwhile, back at the Eternal Throne once
I'll start
again.
with her fingertips and work my way up. Take one knuckle at a time, then her hands.
Do you remember, Mother? Not what she is now. Who are the children?
I remember her telling Father I was dangerous. How I had to be controlled. She always hated me.
She never understood us. Oh, Father,
She helped the Outlander steal our pretties. They took everything.
Those things can be replaced.
When all the worlds we've conquered find out what's happened, they'll think we're weak. Test us.
I remain the greatest power the galaxy has ever seen. My enemies know what I'll do to them if they cross me.
Fear is always free.
I will be generous with it.
Okay. Perfect time to take a break once again. Is this the same armor set we had before? Let's have a look at those boots in our storage locker. We're going to wind down now. That's the end of chapter 13. Let's get ourselves set up for the next chapter in the Knights of the Fallen Empire expansion. Well, let's get ourselves over to the storage lockers. Between this part and the following part, I may empty out some of my legacy storage. I think I have too many item modifications for future endeavors. Let's see what's in this chapter story crate. 302 items, they're no good. Ah, sorry, Outlander. Outlander... I don't have the Outlander boots. Oh well, perfect. Ah, some of it's Mark 6 and this is Mark 8. I see. The wrist guards I think that we picked up earlier, or maybe it was the wrist and the belt, look the same now. They were just different colours, which makes sense since the boots are red. But they'll all be united by whatever the colour the chest guard is anyhow. So it doesn't really matter. Okay. Oh, we have a few more bits of mail. Let's go check those out. We have one from Ferren Shan. Another message sent to all Zakuulans. Late last night, the treasury that funds our great empire was the target of a vicious attack. The rogue terrorist known as the Outlander seeks to dismantle our way of life and infect us with fear and chaos. Ah, and of course, Dretcher has sent his works invoice to ourselves. Yeah, Gold told him to send the invoice on to us. "14 bottles of Trandoshan ale, a personalized female companion bot, an antique Marillion and love token, various imported substances that were stolen, and of course Dretcher's grievances." Anyway, I expect you to ignore this invoice, so I'll send the bounty hunter after Galt in a week or so. Great working with you. So, do we actually have Vet as a companion? We have Galt as a companion. We do! Vet is back. After all this time, your relationship with Vet is as loving as ever. We decided to continue our romance. Perfect. Galt Renault, of course, being one of the companions of the bounty hunter during your time on Tatooine.
Sure, have a look at what's available. Until next time.
Indeed. Okay. We'll take a break once again. Thank you all for joining me here with some more Star Wars The Old Republic. When we come back, I think we'll just throw ourselves straight into Chapter 14, known as Mandalore's Revenge, and see what that's all about. Either way, as I say, feel free to leave a comment if you so wish, and hopefully I'll see you for even more next time. Until then, though, take care. Bye-bye now.